And welcome back to Who Would Win. This one goes out from Julian C. And yes, this is a legit suggestion. Don't at anyone for this. I've actually seen a lot of people kind of give people a little bit of crap the for when they give suggestions that it's clearly obviously a stomp. It's obviously a stomp. But you know what? It's the suggestion they give. So let's just try to be a friendly community here, okay? But look, Jason versus Godzilla. Let's just all cards on the table right now. There is no way on God's green earth that Jason Voorhees in any incarnation can beat Godzilla of any incarnation. Even if you were to low-ball Godzilla to his weakest form, that would arguably be Zilla, if you want to get technical. Otherwise, it's almost certainly Showa era. But if you want to weaken Godzilla to his weakest form, the strongest version of Jason is still a large human, really, but a human-sized dink being that can't do jack squat to him. I mean, let's actually break down. I'm using Uber Jason as the prime example here because he's basically the only one who would last the longest. Every other version of Jason, be it Jason throughout the original series, oh yeah, he's a demon. Because obviously we saw that it was like, well, let's be clear. Sure, maybe Godzilla wouldn't kill that Jason, but there's nothing Jason can do. Godzilla's not going to eat his heart or anything, or get possessed by Jason. I don't think. So there's that. Human Jason, Squish. Let's see what we got here. Zombie Jason from Freddy Goes to Hell, or Freddy Goes to Hell. Freddy versus Jason, Squish. Let's see what else we got here before we go to the Uber Jason. We have the comics version of Jason, which is probably one of the stronger versions, admittedly. He has a very powerful healing factor. Squish. There's not much to say here with Jason. The only one who could possibly last a little bit longer than all the other ones is Uber Jason. And it is only because we've actually seen that this Jason A is bulletproof. We know from the comics survived re-entering a planet's atmosphere. Strong enough to throw large trees. I don't know if it was one-handed or not. And just rip people apart. So that Jason actually could maybe get stepped on by Godzilla and not be completely dead. Now, that being said, yeah, he survived the entry to a planet's atmosphere. Yeah, we've actually seen Legendary's version of Godzilla do that. And Legendary's probably is almost certainly not the strongest version. In fact, it's definitely not the strongest version because you got like the comics version of Godzilla. You have Godzilla Earth. I know people bring up the hyperversal Godzilla from the games or something. I don't do the games. Sorry, I'm not, because I've never played it. And at that point, I like, you're talking about non-canon to an actual like story in like the Godzilla world. So like, no, I don't bring that kind of thing up usually. I try to stay with all versions, like canon versions of Godzilla. Don't forget Godzilla's singular point. There's Shin Godzilla as well. Legendary, Showa, Millennium, Heisei. But like I said, the arguable weakest version of Godzilla, honestly, the weakest version of Godzilla actually might even be Shin. It might not even be Showa. Because Showa, I mean, both these guys are technically products of radiation and nuclear, an allegory for nuclear power and the atomic bomb. But they're both extreme. Oh, even the weakest versions of Godzilla. And like I said, I threw Zilla in there. Probably shouldn't have, but I did throw Zilla in there. Even the weakest versions of Godzilla, there's nothing Uber Jason can do from just the sheer size standpoint. Yeah, he can lift a tree. Great. Can he lift a 90-plus ton creature? I think not. What does he have for other offensive capabilities? Oh, he's got a machete. He could maybe throw something large and sharp. Great. It doesn't mean anything against a guy who can spew radioactive fire, which I didn't even bring that up yet. He could possibly even melt Jason down, although that might take a little bit to do. Jason's got durability to survive re-entry. Godzilla can do that, and it's actually more impressive on Godzilla's part because he has a lot more mass that can burn up upon re-entry. The thing about like the physics behind burning up and re-entry here is atmosphere is because the atmosphere creates heat and friction. Smaller things are going to burn up quicker. Now you might think that the fact that Jason survived that is more impressive, and to some degree it is. But what it tells you is that he's extremely dense, or the material metal that he's made of is like the space shuttle. It's not necessarily high mass. It's just got the density to, or the coating to prevent that. And then Godzilla survived that. Well, that means Godzilla can actually survive the heat of re-entry, as well as all the physical mass for him to be burning up. And he's basically the size of a small meteor. So, yeah, either way, Godzilla would stomp Jason, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.